Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are all doing well. I know it's been a little while since my last video, but yeah, I'm back, I guess. I do have a little bit of a congested nose, so I might sound a little bit off in this video, but hey. Yeah, we're back with another book review. I have read several books since the last video that I made on a book review. But I don't have all the books with me at the moment. If you haven't noticed, I'm in my college dorm. Some things are different. I don't have my green screen, but that's okay. But yeah, so there are some books that I have read, but I don't have them with me, so I can't really do the review. But in the future, I promise to do reviews of all those books, which are Horror Store, Turtles All the Way Down, You Look Like a Thing and I Love You, How I Killed Pluto and Why It Had It Coming, Tuck Everlasting, and The Paper Menagerie and Other Story. Eventually, in the future, I will get around to making videos for those, but I just don't have the books with me at the moment. There is one other book that I do have with me that I have read, so that one you can look forward to a review of in the near future. But for now, we are going to be reviewing this book here. The book is Factfulness by Hans Rosling, Ola Roslin, and Anna Rosling Rönnlund, and I hope I'm pronouncing those names correctly. As always, I hope I am. The subtitle for this book is 10 Reasons We're Wrong About the World and Why Things Are Better Than You Think. And this book was recommended to me by my friend Val. So Val, if you're watching this, and I have a feeling that you might be, thank you for the recommendation. So I'm going to read a little bit of the back now. So when asked simple questions about global trends, such as what percentage of people around the world are living in poverty, why the global population is increasing, and how many girls finish school, we systematically get the answers wrong. So wrong that a chimpanzee choosing answers at random will consistently outguess journalists, Nobel laureates, and investment bankers. In Factfulness, Professor of International Health and Global TED Phenomenon Hans Rosling, together with his two longtime collaborators Anna and Ola, offer a radical new explanation of why this happens, and reveals the 10 instincts that distort our perspective. There's a little bit more on the back, but that's generally the gist there. The book is kind of structured like the book form of a TED Talk, which I found quite enjoyable. I don't usually read nonfiction, but I found the more conversational tone that the book had was a bit more easy to understand and more enjoyable to follow throughout the book. So there are 10 chapters in the book, and each chapter of the book highlights one particular instinct that humans tend to have when thinking about the world as a whole. So for example, I'll show the little picture there. Oh my God, I'm showing the wrong side. There it is. There's like 10 instincts, one for each chapter. So for example, there's the gap instinct, which is like, the basic example is, there's people that live in like wealthy established countries, and then there's the people in the poor countries. But majority of people actually live in the middle, which is like just a pretty well-off country, not incredibly advanced, but not extremely poor either. And then there's the negativity instinct, the straight line instinct, which is like the instinct to believe that if data appears to be going in a straight line, that it will continue to go into a straight line. The fear instinct, size instinct, generalization instinct, destiny instinct, single instinct, which is the instinct that there is a single solution to something, the blame instinct, and the urgency instinct. So that is basically like what the book covers. I know that names of them alone doesn't give you much, but that's like an idea of what the book has. In each chapter, the author explores each instinct one by one, first giving examples of situations that may trigger the instinct in question, and then the author continues by discussing how to avoid the instinct and how to take a more analytical and objective approach to analyzing the information that you're presented with. So again, for example, with the gap instinct, many people just have that worldview of, oh, like there's just extremely poor countries, and then there's all the countries that are like well established and well off and whatever. But if you actually look at the data, most countries don't fall in either of those ranges. Majority of the countries fall in the middle. But for some reason, people just have it in their head. The example the author uses is like the West and the rest kind of mindset, when that isn't really the best way to think about it. So from what I understood from the book, this book was a labor of love, and the last thing that the main author, Hans Rosling, wrote before he passed away from pancreatic cancer. And I have to say, this is a really strong message to leave the world with. It portrays a really optimistic but realistic view of the world, which Hans Rosling refers to as possibilistic, basically saying that optimistic things are possible and that in general things are heading in a good direction. He emphasizes several times throughout the book that the world isn't perfect, but that things can be both bad but also getting better at the same time. So while certain aspects of the world may be bad at the moment, that doesn't mean they aren't getting better. And I think that that is a good viewpoint when it comes to not just viewing the world, but also just your life in general, your life as a whole, the world as a whole. So to me, the book felt informative but not preachy, and it felt uplifting without going out of its way to present anything that was too extraordinary. It would basically present you with simple facts and then leave it up to you how to interpret that information, which I appreciated. It has a lot of good takeaways, a really good message, and a whole lot of heart. So overall, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. The only thing that kept me from giving the book a perfect score is that the book did tend to become a bit predictable about halfway through. It didn't make the book any less enjoyable, and I don't think that the author should have cut any of the chapters in the book, but personally, once I understood the point the author was trying to make about one of the instincts during one of the chapters, I felt ready to move on to the next chapter to see what he had to say about the next, which is definitely a critique, but definitely not a harsh one. I would rather have the author go out of his way to have a lot of detail in proving his point than to not provide enough information about why his point is relevant. But yeah, that's about all I have to say about this book. A very strong recommend by me. And yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward to some more book reviews in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!